But we are in Zechariah chapter 11. Zechariah chapter 11. So, I got to like the first 2 or 3 verses last week just to say that I got into it because I promised you I would get to Zechariah chapter 11. So, Zechariah chapter 11, remember, this passage reflects Israel at the time of Christ and predicts their rejection of him. This passage reflects Israel at the time of Christ and predicts the reflection of him. As I've told you many times, these Old Testament prophets, remember Zechariah is writing 480 years before Jesus will be born. So again, to put it in our terms, it's been 400 years since the Pilgrims came to America. So this 480 years is longer. Jesus is still in Zechariah's future longer than it's been since the Pilgrims came to America. Okay, so sometimes we in the United States, we don't deal in time links very well. I've given you the illustration of our French tour guide when Elma and I were going through Paris saying, you Americans think 100 miles is nothing. To us Europeans, 100 miles is forever. Because it's smaller. Countries are smaller. I mean, you can drive through Luxembourg in about 30 minutes. It's the Rhode Island of Europe, right? But then she said this, but she said, you all think 100 years is forever, and in Europe we think 100 years was yesterday. Are you tracking with me? I've got a couple of Chinese ladies back here. China's been